goals that we have for our clients. Goal number one, and let's say this is over the next year, okay, is that our clients will do 30 to 60 minutes, preferably 60. Remember, long-term goal, 60, full year, okay? 60 minutes of physical activity every day. That doesn't mean resistance training every day. It just means 60 minutes of physical activity. It could be golf twice a week, resistance training twice a week, swimming one day and riding my bike another day and walking the next day. Anything for 60 minutes, be active, get outside. We start with 2 days and we build from there. Those 2 days should be at least 48, if not preferably 72 hours apart, okay? You gotta have two. You have clients that come back and they're like, I just wanna do 1 day a week. Look at our period of time that we had. After 48 hours, what happens? Atrophy. After 3 days, what happens? Early onset sarcopenia. A week later, you are early onset sarcopenic. So basically, we're just treading water. We're not progressing. We're not going to regress yet until they get to be about 65, and then they're going to start regressing with one workout a week, okay? So it's not worth it. I don't even offer that in my business model. You can't come to me once a week. It has to be twice, if not more. So we start with 2 days per week. After a month, add a third day. Continue that until 6 months or so, 7 months, 8 months, whatever you feel like the client can handle. They are doing something for 30 to 60 minutes every day. 8 to 12 hours of sleep per night. Kind of leave that up to the person. I do great with 8. My wife needs 12. It just depends on the person and what we do. Studies show that people with sleep issues sleep much better after their bodies, quote, had a reason to be tired. And we don't really think of it that way. And I tried to explain this to my parents, is that you guys have trouble sleeping every night, but your body has no reason to be tired. There's no reason for it to shut down. You haven't been up all day exercising, chasing the grandkids, working in the garden, going for your 1.5-mile walk. You didn't do anything. You just sat around, you watched TV, so you're in a dormant state, and then you try to go into a deeper dormant state. There's no reason to. The body's just blah. So it'll just shut down a little, and then it wakes up, and it wakes up, and it wakes up, and it never shuts off. Where if you went out and got tired and got exhausted, and then your body's like, shut this shit down. We need some sleep. And so it shuts off for 8 to 12 hours, and then you wake up refreshed, and you're ready to go again. Okay? When you go through these, you're like, here are all the secrets. And when you look at it, you're like, kind of knew that. We just don't implement it. Nobody will implement it, right? So that's why we're here. We're the light, okay? Eat like you want to live. This is one of the best statements. I made that up. Robin Hood, Men in Tights. Eat like you want to live. No or minimal processed foods. I am not going to tell my clients, you can't have this or you can't have that. I am going to ask them to add healthier options into their diet and hope that the bad things kind of drop off. That worked with me. My wife did that to me. She's a master manipulator. She manipulated me right into eating better and healthier foods by just adding more good things, and I stopped craving and desiring the others. When you have an opportunity, like a cancer or something like that, to have life-threatening, I guess I could say, a situation, you start to realize, hey, eating broccoli with no barbecue sauce or chicken with no barbecue sauce and broccoli all day, it's boring as shit, and maybe I look okay and I'm lean and yada yada, but I'm not really enjoying myself. So I'm not going to ask people to reduce to that level, but I am going to ask them to eat healthy, eat like they want to live. And eating Skittles and bags of candy and other junk food, that's not food that's going to keep you alive very long. Again, I know I'm preaching to the choir, okay? Whole foods, as organic as you can, if possible. The healthier the food, the better. And how much, I usually tell my clients, I don't really care. I'm not going to put them, again, we're not giving dietary advice, but if they're asking for like a certain number, add a 0 to your body weight and yada yada. I don't really see that. If you're eating fruits, veggies, if you're going to eat meat, eating a good high quality meat, I think that you can basically kind of stuff yourself on those healthier foods and still have very good returns. And there's great research to support that. Read the book, The China Study, and then come back and we can discuss that. It is not a very easy read, but it is a book that my wife has read and lectured me all about. So I can't say that I've read it either. Okay, number 4, hydrate like you want to keep your skin. Many older adults have all kinds of skin issues, mostly just how frail it is and how thin it is and how injury prone it is. And studies have shown that the hydration is one of the primary reasons for that. They just don't drink enough, okay? You start to run into other options, or other obstacles, I should say, like dialysis or any other cancer treatments where processing your body through liquids becomes a problem. My dad has dialysis 3 days a week. The more he drinks, the more dialysis, the struggle it is, and the more issues he'll have. So he cannot hydrate all that well, but depends on the dialysis to kind of help him do that. It's a very tricky thing, and it's something that I thought in the beginning, like stuffing water down his throat would only help, and apparently it doesn't do that. So I understand if that's the type of situation, if there's an issue there, but if we're relatively healthy and just not hydrating enough, this is a big one. They have things as simple as this water bottle. Let me show you guys this. We got this for my wife because she's such an on-the-go, fast-paced person that this water bottle will literally light up every 30 minutes and it vibrates her watch and says, hey, go take a drink. And it knows exactly how much water is in here. Like, you can take that drastic of a measure if you need to, okay? These are our options that we have out in the world. But hydration is key, and how do you know how much? I do like this one. Add a 0 to your client's current body weight, and that's how many milliliters of water they could get or should get per day. Again, more or less up to them to kind of decide. And of course, talk to a registered dietitian or a nutritionist for more information on that. Resistance training 2 to 4 times per week. If you're going to do 4 days per week, you should have 2 that are kind of traditional strength training and 2 that are a little bit more HIRT focused, high intensity resistance training, HIRT, HIRT. Okay, and we will talk about that a little bit more in the next 2 episodes. The tempos for the lifts, this is magic right here for you guys. I'll tell you, if there's one thing that I can give you that I would say, like, here's the message I need you to take home, is try implementing this, okay? Let's say we're doing 12 single arm snatches with a dumbbell. For the first 6, the first half, I want to move that weight up as quick as I can with a 2-second negative bringing it down, working more power-based movement. For the next 6, okay, now that my fast twitch fiber has kind of exhausted, I want to snatch it up there in about a second, if not a little faster, as fast as I can, with a 4-second negative, bringing it down. Focus more on eccentric. This works exceptionally well at training power and then pure strength right behind it. Instead of doing a phase, well, I'm in a power phase for the next 6 weeks. Remember, we're best bang for our buck right now. We got to get these people back, okay? Dynamic explosive movement, lighter weight, get explosive, get them moving quick for the first half of their set, okay? In this case, it's 12 reps. We would do 6, dynamic and quick, and 6, really, really slow. Remember, you're moving lighter weight because you need to move it fast for the first power-based. So moving slower as you get more fatigued with a lighter weight, you should be able to suffer good with that, right? Good suffering is there's burn, but it's not hurting me. That's what I'm looking for. So that is magic, quote unquote, if you will, of good, proper programming as the best I can give you, okay? And then number 6, avoid injury at all costs. This includes good mobilities, yogas, tai chis, meditations, getting massages, learn scraping and get scraping done, get cupping, get acupuncture, acupressure, floating, hot and cold water treatments, whatever it is, right? Take care of your body. And this is such an important and key component to this, is even the healthiest older adult body will have a slower and more struggled time recovering from an injury. Just because you're 60 years old or you're 70 years old, you're not going to bounce back as quick. You're definitely going to do better than the untrained body, that's for sure, okay? We just want to avoid injury at all costs as best we can. So those are the 7. For more video clips or information on any of our upcoming courses or workshops, head over to trainingtheolderadult.com.